chickens. I love them. Well, good morning, everybody. It's an absolutely beautiful spring morning here at the Thai Life Homestead. I want to talk to you today about our first greenhouse issue. We have videos up of how we built our timber frame greenhouse. It is glass, tempered glass that we're using. Last year we used plastic, and we didn't have this particular problem that I'm going to show you has come up already before the season's even really begun. So I guess it's a blessing in disguise because I only moved some plants out. So far we're not quite past our last frost date. We could even get frost for the next 2 to 3 weeks here. So I did what I thought was right, which was move out some of the hardier plants to the greenhouse after some hardening off process upstairs in my living room. Anyway, I'm just going to get to it and show you what I found. All right, so we'll start down here with the zucchini. I was noticing that they were just looking like they were in a bit of shock. They would kind of perk up during the day, and then in the morning after it was cold, they would just look, well, like this, just a little sad. And then I very soon after that noticed there was some white scalding on some of the leaves. And this has also happened to my peppers. This one's really bad. So it quite literally looks like they're sunburnt. And after doing a bunch of research, that's actually exactly what it is. So if you watch my last video on getting my seedlings ready, I did what I thought was a good enough hardening off process. We moved them upstairs into our living room, which has a lot of natural light but no direct sunlight. So that's what I did for the hardening off process, just giving them a different space to be in besides under the lights, get them used to a different environment and potentially different light. But what I think has happened here is these plants didn't get any direct sun, and then now I'm putting them into this greenhouse, which as you can see is all glass. They've got too much sun, and these leaves that are white here are definitely going to fall off. I've got some new growth, so hopefully I can salvage these plants. I'm also going to bring the tomato plants that I have upstairs that are currently hardening off, that I know for sure are not ready to come into the greenhouse yet because it's just been too cold. Those will come out for a few hours a day to acclimatize in here before we bring them in and plant them into the planters. And then some of my pepper plants that I started later that are, just about this big, that are still living under the lights, I'm actually going to bring some of those out as well and get them starting to harden off, because this process can take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. And, I can be growing veggies here within the next month for sure. So I want to get this process started. Definitely a rookie move on my part. This is the second year I've ever even had a greenhouse or grown veggies. So just sharing my process with you guys, and so that you can go through it with me and learn some things. And please comment. I need all the help I can get. And I've noticed we're growing a little community here on the Thai Life Homestead, and we can learn from each other when it comes to gardening. So please comment and let me know what your thoughts are, if you've encountered this before, what you've done. Are these plants going to survive? Let me know in the comments, okay? I'd also like to mention that in my last video, most of you saw that I direct sowed some Swiss chard here which are, you're definitely not going to be able to see it on camera, but tiny little bits are coming up. We've got lettuce, and spinach. Now, from what I've read, if you're direct sowing in the greenhouse, meaning you're putting your seeds in the soil in the greenhouse and they're growing from seed in this environment, you should be fine. The sun scald, the sunburn, any of the like acclimatization, that's not going to be an issue because they're going to grow basically from babies here, so they're going to be used to it. Okay, so that's just what I read. A few different sources on that one, so I'm going to believe it. And as soon as it warms up in here, what do we got? Okay, we've got 15 degrees Celsius right now in here, so I think it's safe for me to bring out some of my tomato plants.
I see the lights on the skyline tremble and glisten just like I do when I'm looking up to nowhere. Might I just try to define? I can't seem to
Here's all the tomato plants sitting in their future home, getting used to getting acclimatized. It's a little bit overcast today, meaning there's not like severe direct sun coming in. It's a bit shaded, so I think this is actually the perfect time in weather to do this. And then over here, I've popped in my little pepper plants right where I have my peppers growing, where they will eventually live as well. Give them a little bit of some hardening off, acclimatization. That's what we're calling it now. And then over here I've got my spinach. A few different kinds of spinach. Yeah, so there we have it.